first 6 months of the year, don't focus on I want to make money if you are not profitable yet. For those that are profitable, you can focus on making money. You can focus on setting monetary goals. You can focus on setting trading goals. But if you are not profitable yet, you don't have a business with setting trading goals and all that stuff, that's not for you. What you should focus on should be getting a good risk management in place, having good risk management, and also having a trading system, profitable trading system, mastering a profitable trading system. And the way you can master a profitable trading system is, number one, journaling. Journaling is one of the hard things to do when it comes to trading. Everybody says journaling is hard. Yes, journaling is hard, but it's one of the most important things that you have to do before you can become profitable. You understand? Everybody listen. Journaling is hard, but it's the most important thing you can do. You understand, when it comes to Forex trading, before you can become profitable. If you don't know how to journal, you can't become. Because journaling is the only way you can track your progress. Are you getting it? Journaling is the only way you can track your trade. It's the only way you can track your progress. It's the only way to see if you are doing bad in trading. It's the only way to pinpoint your issue. Journal is the only way you can pinpoint your issue. If your issue is risk management, it will show when you journal your trade. If your issue is technical analysis, it will show. So you need to journal your trade. You need to take screenshots. Like the way I do it is very simple. I've showed you guys time and time again. I use Telegram. I don't stress. I have a profile. So FTMO helps me with journaling. Then also you can use Telegram. You understand? You can use Telegram. If you don't have a profile, you can use Telegram. Just create a channel, name it journal. I've given you guys an example. Let me share my screen to show you guys what I'm talking about. I've given you guys an example. Okay, I'll share this screen one. Then I'll share. Can you guys see this screen? You can see journaling. Simple. All I do is drop the screenshot, write it. Then any of these trades I take, these are the trades we are going to analyze this week. Any of these trades I take, all I do is just, once I've taken them, I highlight them and indicate them in the chat box. You start. So, and after the result, I still put the after result every weekend too. So it's just simple. Just do something like this. You start. This way will enable you to track your record. You start. If you have bad trades, this will also show you, okay. Or if you lose a trade, you'll be able to understand why you lost the trade. You come back every weekend, study. That's another thing you guys need to do. How do you become profitable more also is by learning from your losses. If you take a loss, you understand, every trader became profitable by learning from their losses. Nobody learned from their wins. Nobody learned trading from their wins. We all learned from our losses. There's nobody that will tell you they learn trading from their wins. You cannot learn trading from your wins, because there's one thing that happens to your brain when you win. There's no matter how you are, you must be excited. And when you're excited, emotions have come into play. You forget about it onto the next. So, but when you lose a trade, you want to know if you are the type that is serious about trading. Once you lose a trade, you want to know, why did I lose? Do you understand? The next question will be, why did you lose? You want to come back and be like, okay, why did I lose this trade? Do you understand? Why did I lose this trade? You take notes. You understand? If you don't understand why you lose the trade, go and seek knowledge so that you can understand. I can tell you for a fact, there's a reason for every loss. One thing that people ignore a lot in trading is this. They think the market is the reason for their loss. The market is never the reason for your loss. You understand? The market is never the reason for your loss. The reason why you lose is because of you. Go and check it. Anytime you lose a trade, go and check it. You did something wrong. You did something wrong. It's either you got the market structure wrong, or you got the entry wrong, or you didn't check for liquidity. You became the liquidity. You didn't check for liquidity and you eventually became the liquidity. You understand? So there's always a reason for your loss. Don't make that mistake of when you lose this year. Don't go into the year that anytime you lose, oh, I lost. Well, the market catch me today. There's nothing like the market catch you today. You fuck up, bro, go and fix your fuck up. That's one thing I did last year that helped me. Anytime I lose, I did not say, oh, the market catch me today. I never said it. I just say, I don't fuck up. That's always what I say. I fucked up. And in the nights, I will see me from 11 till 2 or 3. I'm trying to figure out the reason. If I not figure it out that day, I'll go and watch video on YouTube. I must figure it out why I lose. You start. So, and that helped me to become profitable. And I begin to correct those mistakes one by one. I began to correct those mistakes one by one. If it's psychology, I began to correct it. I began to, okay, why did I behave this way? That eventually made me to lose a winning trade. You understand? If it's psychology, if it's mental, I began to ask myself, why did I behave this way that I end up losing in a trade that I was not supposed to lose? Did I risk too much, more than I can handle? Or was my entry wrong? Or is this not my analysis? You understand? Or is this not the way I trade? Hope you guys are taking notes. These are things I began to fact check. So like I'm telling you guys, nobody learns from their wins. We all learn from our losses. So make sure this year you don't lose a trade and say, market catch you. Don't make that stupid statement that market did not catch you. Yeah, fuck up, go and fix it. You understand? Don't make that mistake of, market catch you. Oh, there was news. That same news that you lost, people made money from it. Why? So you can see, you lost in a news, but people made money from that news that you lost. Why? The people that made money, they don't have two heads. No, it's because they know something that you don't know. So go, and that's why, those of you that are on my WhatsApp, you see me, I posted something, I say, this year, don't be ignorant. Go and seek knowledge. I not just post that. That is it. That statement is what brought me to, that is what made me profitable. That's one thing about me in my life. God never made me an ignorant human being. I was never ignorant in my life. That's one thing I love myself for. I was never ignorant. There was no point in my life that I will see somebody making it in life, or I will see somebody doing something right, and I'll be like, nah lie. I'll be doubting. I was never ignorant. I always go and check. What is this person doing like this gone that is making this money? That's me. And that's how I met Abby. I swear to God, that's how I met Abby. I didn't meet Abby because I saw him making money. It was not even up to this level where it was. It was at that time, was even just driving a C300, black C300. And it just changed from that, it's Lexus. So he was not even as rich as he is. He was just like you and I. He was just okay. And funny enough, I was okay. I was at his level there. But I was never ignorant. I was not like, oh, this guy is doing well in trading. What was he doing wrong? That was what I did. I asked myself and I went to learn. Same thing again with a couple other people I learned from last year. They were doing better than me. They were doing numbers that I wasn't doing. And what did I do? I seek knowledge. I was never ignorant. Even if I don't like your trading style, I'm not going to be ignorant and say you are not making money. I'm going to seek knowledge. I'm going to try to figure out what you are doing. And if I see that, okay, what you are doing doesn't align with my style, I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to force myself to, I must learn from you. No. I'm going to leave you. I'm going to say, oh, it's working for you. Well, good luck. I'm going to move on. You understand? But I'm not going to be ignorant and say, this person is doing rubbish, sure. this person is doing something stupid. If he's doing something stupid and it's working, you to go and copy that thing that is doing stupid so that it will work for you too now. Yes, that I'm never ignorant. So don't be ignorant this year. Seek knowledge. If you don't like the style of person, if you peep, in trading, you can peep somebody. You can peep if somebody trading style. You can join their Telegram. Like some of you here are watching me from afar, watching what I'm doing. If what I'm doing doesn't align with you, fine, you don't need to copy me. You don't need to copy my strategy. But you can agree for a fact that I'm doing right. I'm doing something right. But you don't need to copy it. You don't. You can just agree with it and move on. You understand? So that's what I do. I just go join their Telegram. I watch. I did it for a few traders. I just joined that I see from afar that they are doing for. I will just join their Telegram. I will just watch. I watch for a while. Please mute. I watch for a while, and I see if I see what they are doing. If I don't agree with it, I will leave. You understand? But I will never say you are doing something bad. I will leave. It's not my style. I will leave. You understand? But if I agree with it, I will want to learn. I will learn from you. Whether I pay or whether I pay for it, or if you can give me for free, fine. If you can't give me for free, I will pay for it. You understand? So that's what I did last year. And I can tell you for a fact, you are going to see results. You already started seeing, it's not like you guys already started seeing the results towards the end of the year. So I saw this, but just know that this year, you are going to see crazier things. You understand? So that's for a fact. You guys are going to see crazier things because I've armed myself properly. You understand? I've seek knowledge. I wasn't ignorant. I've seek knowledge. I've looked at, okay, this person is where I want to be in life. That's how to learn. Look at somebody and say, okay, this person is already where I want to be. You understand? This person at my trading career, this person is at the stage in trading where I want to be. That's how you learn. Look at somebody and say, oh, this person is doing something right and is currently at the stage in trading where I want to be. I need to learn from this person. Go and seek knowledge from that person. I'm telling you this because it doesn't have to be me. It can be anybody. So if it's me, fine. Seek knowledge from me. If it's somebody else, fine. Just that, as long as that person is at a stage where you want to be, go and seek knowledge from that person. You don't have to remove pride. Pride will kill you fast. Well, the reason why I went far in life today, a lot of people, they are not even my mates, are not even where I am. It's because I dropped pride. If you see me in real life, I'm never prideful. Those of you, I don't know if anybody have seen me in real life, but really one person have seen me. If you see me, I'm never prideful. I'll carry you along. I took a student to meet her the last time I was with him. I'm never prideful. You just have to see me in real life. That's if you can see me in real life, because I'm never outside. But I'm not pride. I don't have pride. So drop your pride. Try to learn from people that are, where you want to be. Seek knowledge from them so that you can become profitable. Do everything. See, there's this saying. If you are from the street, there's this saying. I don't know if this person also said it. But I said it. He said, go and collect updates, to seek updates. Go and book by updates. Go and buy updates. Somebody is where you want to be in trading. Go and collect the update from the person in trading. Or more. If the person is not going to give you for free because it's not your family member, pay. Don't look for free things. Pay. If the person drops it for free, collect it for free. But do everything in this life possible this year for you to become profitable. Try your best. Do everything in this life possible. Like, look at all avenue. Don't dull. Don't tell yourself that I'm trying my best. You are not trying. Seek. As long as you are still not profitable, that means you are doing something wrong. So do everything in this life this year to make sure you end up profitable. And it's okay. Trading is okay if mentally you can't keep up. Quit. That's the only point in which I would advise you to quit. If mentally you can't keep up, quit. Don't force it. Go and do something else. everybody can be a trader. You understand? If mentally you can't keep up, quit. Go and do something else. But if you know you have the mental strength to figure this thing out, to keep going, you have the strength to be consistent, you have the strength to be resilient, keep going, then do everything possible to end up profitable. Understand? Do everything possible. Pay, join their free classes, do everything. Don't be dumb and don't be ignorant. Don't join Twitter traders to be dragging people. Don't do that stupid thing. Don't join Twitter traders to be dragging people that are making money. Meanwhile, you're in your house pressing your phone, and you know that you go to your MT5, it's red, but you're dragging somebody that his MT5 is blue, that are bought Benz, that is doing well in life. You're setting yourself for failure. You are going to be a failure in life. That is one of the ways to be a failure in this life. Yes, that's the fastest way to be a failure, dragging somebody. Yes, that. So I'll end this with these notes. Seek knowledge. Be disciplined. And find a trading system. Yes, Mr. Michael.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I didn't want to cut you short.
Yeah.
This market, why do you want to sell it when it has already broken structure to the upside?
That's played out already.
It retraced.
The trade has played out, to be honest.
It has not broken structure.
It has hit my TP. I was just explaining something to somebody recently.
Okay.
That's it. But let me explain.
It's because of the place that I saw.
Yeah. Let me explain the trade. So basically, if you look at it from the daily time frame, it's obviously a downtrend. You understand? I'm not going to take a sell. I'm not going to take any trade if I don't have a higher time frame bias supporting it. You guys should know me by now. I won't take any trade if I don't have a higher time frame bias supporting it, whether it's the daily or the 4 hours or the 2 hours. I must have a higher time frame bias supporting that trade, either the daily or the 4 hours. So on the higher time frame, this is a bearish structure. You understand? So this is, like you can see, what I do is this. I just trap price. You understand? Those of you that are just joining me analyzing. So if I want to analyze, I figure out the structure, then I trap it. I look at, okay, if this is a bearish market, I try to trap it from the swing high to this. I trap the swing high, mark the swing low. So you see, that's why you see me put this line here, put this line here. So I know that in between here, sales should happen. I should look for sales, right? So I'm not looking for buys. Maybe probably until price gets here inside this level, or price breaks. That's how you see this middle line until price breaks this line. Yes, sir. So I'm not looking for buys that much. So I'm looking for majorly sales. If I'm looking for buys, I know that I'm basically going against the major structure of the market, which is one of the things I want to kind of like cut short this year. I want to stop, because what I figured out last year from my study this December is that most of my losses came from trading against the structure of the market. You guys to go and fact check that. You guys will notice that most of your losses will come from trading against the trend. When you are trying to catch retracements, that is when you take losses. So I want to stop that this year also. I want to reduce. I want to make sure I take as much. I want to make sure I take as less trade as possible when it comes to counter trade. You understand? So on the daily time frame, this is actually bearish. So let's move to the 4 hours. So I will explain the trade. So now price came to this resistance somewhere around here. This is the high. So I saw the reason why it was selling. Then I came to a lower time frame. We started seeing, what did you start seeing? Lower high, lower low, lower low, lower highs on the stuff. So it means that, okay, price is selling. Even if he wants to buy, but at least it's selling now, which is also in alliance with the daily time frame, right? Which I still believe that is going to continue selling, and eventually, I think it's still going to. Though I marked here for kind of like see if price is going to respect it for a buy, but I still think it's going to break past it to continue selling, because the daily time frame is bearish. I know the daily time frame is bearish, it means the market is bearish. So overall, this market will sell. So now the trade was very simple. The trade actually came from 30 minutes and 1 hour. which is my strategy. So if you see sweep, liquidity, so price took it out, got into the zone. So the trade has already played out as hit TP. I didn't take it because I promised myself I was not going to trade till this year. You understand? So I didn't take it. You understand? So I was just explaining to my people the importance of discipline. I was disciplined enough not to take it, but it was a good trade and it eventually played out. You understand? So you had the stop loss here, and you can see that he has hit the 1-to-2 ratio, reward ratio. You get it?
Okay.
So
that's a good one.
So that was a good trade, guys. So let's go on to the analysis. We have some trades. We have some trades that we have to look out for. So I have one on GBP USD. So I'm going to explain it, starting with GBP USD.
Have we analyzed gold?
Yeah, we'll start. We'll get to gold. Hold on.
Okay.
So we get to gold in a bit. Okay. Okay. After GBP USD, we'll get to gold. We'll go to BTC. So now I have trade on GBP USD, but it's going to only happen if it doesn't get to a particular place. If it doesn't get to this level, because it's kind of like, if you look at this trade, look at what it's doing here currently, you're going to see something. Swing, lower high, lower low, which kind of gives you a downtrend. You understand? Because look at this on the daily time frame. Obviously, we have this higher high right here. You start. So now the reason why price is kind of giving you a sell structure here is because, remember, after every break of structure or change of character, a retracement is going to follow. You understand? Based on structure. So now we've gotten this BOS here. So that's why we are seeing this. So now price is giving you this lower low, lower high, this sell. If you were with us last year, we got this sell from here. I analyzed the sell from here that gave this drop. So now we saw this sell, gave this lower low, you start. But you guys know that if price wants to retrace, this is supposed to retrace at least back to this line, this area here. You understand? It's at least supposed to retrace at least back here, or let's use a fib at least 50%, which it has not got into yet. You understand? So they see a tendency that this guy is going to start. He's going to give it massive. He's going to give it during the call. Just mark my words. Sometime later this year, this guy, if he doesn't, as long as he doesn't take out this high, you understand? As long as he doesn't take out this high that we have here, sometime this year it's going to retrace. It's going to sell again to give a lower low back inside this level. So I'm expecting it to give that sell back inside this level sometime later during the course of the year, probably, because this is a daily time frame. So it can happen March, April, February, but it's not going to happen now. You understand? So it will happen later. To just know that for a fact. It's going to keep that sell later, that retracement, that sell later, to fill up, to continue to give that full retracement on the weekly. This is a weekly analysis, weekly and also the daily, back inside this level. Alright. So meanwhile, that has not happened yet. Alright, we still have an uptrend going on the 4 hours. You understand? But on this daily, we are kind of like seeing more of lower lows currently. So now, on the 4 hours, we have an uptrend. You understand? Market is still giving us higher highs, which I'm not going to ignore. I'm going to still trade in the direction of this, but I'm going to keep in my mind that, okay, there's a level this thing is going to buy to, and I should begin to expect what? A sell trend to begin. So that level, that's why I put this here. I put that line here. It's around this level, this area from this line, and also there's another block here, and also an imbalance at that level. So this area is where I'm expecting it to push up to. Then maybe start that sell trend from here. You understand? So now, meanwhile, price hasn't gotten there yet. So I kind of like saw my trading system play out. You start on the lower time frame, so which is here. So this is not an A plus setup. This for me, this is a low probability kind of trade. If this had formed somewhere inside here, this would have made more sense. But it's kind of like forming close to the reversal point. It's kind of like forming close to the reversal point, close to the supply zone. So which is giving me kind of like a reason to not give it an A plus setup. This is a low probability trade. You understand? So, but regardless, I'm still going to mark it out. It's a trade that I'm still willing to risk. It means that I'm going to take a risk of this trade. So I have a buy on GBPUSD here at this low. So this kind of trade, I'm not going to do much. I'm just going to target 1 to 2 basically. So you have the stop loss, probably give the stop loss 30 pips, or we'll just probably target 60 pips. You start, but if we see more, fine, but I'll probably target 60 pips on this. You start, so 1 to 2 on this particular trade. Get it? So from here, so because this is an uptrend, and if you look at it, this is a low. This is also the swing low that gave this higher high. And also, it took out the previous low, but also have, according to my system, they also have liquidity close to it. So it just matches the style of how I trade. You understand? So I'm willing to put the risk on this. So I have a buy setup here on GBPUSD. Matches the trend, everything's aligned. So I'm willing to take the risk on this trade. So this is our number one trade. I'm going to send the screenshot of this particular setup to you guys. So this is number one trade. Please mute Gucci, mute. So we have a buy setup here on GBPUSD. So I'm willing to take that risk. So if price gets here, though I don't know if it can give a new higher high, fine. But I'm not looking for that. I'm just going to stick strictly to 1 to 2 on this trade. You understand? But if I see a probability, if I depend on the volatility, if I see a probability that it can go higher, I will hold it. I'll tell you guys I'm holding. Or if I don't see a probability of going higher, I'll just tell you I'm exiting. But I know that this trade, this zone, price like is going to respect it. So we'll see it buy from here. So I'll tell you guys when I'm going in and also update you guys on this trade. So that is number one. Then let's go to gold. Gold basically, we obviously know, is on an uptrend. And before we close, I gave you guys a buy entry, which eventually played out. Though it was not my system, but it eventually played out. I know some people took it. I don't know if that's some people took it. I think so. But now, gold is kind of doing something. If you look at this here, you see similar thing. A bearish engulfing. You see similar pattern. There's some sales in follow. So similar things happening here. You see similar pattern that happened here. It's happening here. Bearish engulfing. So it's likely going to what? It's going to give that retracement. You understand? So gold is likely to sell for a while. It's likely to give that retracement. You get it? It's likely to give that sell retracement. But one thing I always do is this. I've learned to just map it out. So for an uptrend, you definitely want to be targeting, looking at the swing low. You understand? So just box pricing between here and here, this swing low and swing high. So you know that okay, you'll be looking for major buys. You understand? So whatever strategy you want to use, you want to be looking for buys around this area. You understand? Because it's not just going to break it. This low created a higher high. Price is not just going to break a low that created a higher high. No, it's going to respect it first. Start. So you just need to map out. My system is not here, so I'm not going to give you any entry. Understand? So I'm not going to say buy from here or buy from here. Just use your discretion. Whatever strategy you are using, use it. Look at if you are using price action, you can basically wait for a W pattern. Or if you are using trend, you can wait for it to switch bullish. You start wait for it to start giving you higher highs, then you take your buy. You understand? So don't just jump into the buy carelessly. But for now, I'm expecting it to give that sell. You can already see it's forming an M pattern in this case. You understand? So it might likely continue. This is a sign that it's likely going to continue selling. So it's likely continue selling back inside this area. So once it's back inside this area, you can begin to wait for a change of structure. Wait for an uptrend to start forming before you take your buys. You understand? I'm not advising you to go for sell. I know that it's going to sell, but I'm not telling you to go for that sell. Remember, you are trying to limit the reversal trades you are taking this year. Most of your losses will come from trading reversals. So make use of what I just said. Don't go and be trading reversal anyhow, especially on gold, so you don't burn your money. Now, BTC, quite interesting. BTC, I also have a setup on BTC. Let me even set the alarm safe. So this is very interesting too. So all I was waiting for it to do was just this. It has done what I wanted it to do. I was waiting for it to create a higher high. Then, so once it creates a higher high, it means it has broken above this range. It means that, okay, this guy has a potential. He has a potential to even break past here, at least to get to 98k. He has a potential to at least get here to 98k, 98 to 100k. He has a potential to get there. So meanwhile, as long as price hasn't gotten here, as long as price hasn't gotten there, I'm looking for a buy at this place at 86,252 at 86k, 86 to 85k. 85. Let me put it 85k basically. 85k is kind of like the safest place to buy from this 85k area. So I'm looking for a buy around here. So I just set the alarm here, so in case price cross, I can be alert to look for an entry here. So I'm looking for a buy, specifically at this, there's another block here. Look for a buy at that specific other block there. Understand? So you already know liquidity. There's liquidity before the zone. You can see price has created liquidity before the zone. Then you also have your valid demand area, which has another block, imbalance and everything to call the previous low. So everything just aligns here. You understand? My system is here, so I'm looking for a trade at this level on BTC. It might not play out now. It might play out few weeks. It might play out this week. Whenever time is going to play out, you guys know I'm good at patience. I'm going to wait patiently for it to play out. And if it plays out according to plan, I'm going to take it. You understand? So that's another trade, BTC USD. Then I have another trade on NAS 100. Well, this is also a low probability setup. Why is it low probability setup? It's because it hasn't created a higher high. I would have loved for it to create a higher high, or even, if possible, break above here at least. I would love for it to have done that. You understand? But regardless, this is also a low probability setup that we need an entry confirmation. I'm not just going to call it. I'm not going to set a limit order. I'm going to wait for an entry confirmation because this is low. But generally, this is an uptrend on NAS 100. You understand? So this is another it's a pair. You guys know I didn't trade it last year, but it's something that I'm willing to start trading this year. We need to level up, for that big bag. If you want to make there are some peers that are not going to give you that money you're looking for, you have to start taking some kind of risk. NAS and BTC are what I'm willing to risk on this year. Not gold. I don't know. I have like a hate and love to gold. Maybe this year I might work on it, but for now, I'm going to focus on NAS and BTC. So NAS 100 overall structure bullish, fine and good. But we saw price sell, then took out this swing low here. The swing low you had here, saw price sell, take it out, go. Now you have liquidity close to the zone, but I want for this liquidity to be valid, I want it to create a higher high first. That's the only issue with this trade. I want it to create that higher high first. Then price can now come, sweep it. Then I cannot take this trade with full confidence. But without that, I won't be confident to take this trade, and it will not be worth the risk. I don't want to be taking it's worth the risk trade this year. No, yeah, it's just not going to be worth the risk. So until I see it give that higher high, then I can have that confidence. That's just the only reason. But regardless, I just marked it out. Yes, that. So NAS 100 is another pair I'm looking to take this year. You understand? So NAS 100. Then we've talked about GBP/USD. Then EuroCAD. EuroCAD is kind of like on the long-term play basis. So it's kind of like a swing setup. They sell at this level on EuroCAD. They sell at this level. So they swing trade. So this one will probably take months or probably weeks to play out. So I'm not rushing it. I'm just going to chill. This one will take weeks to play out. You get it? So it's only valid. This setup will be valid as long as it doesn't break this low yet. But the moment it breaks this low, boom, it has entered into the demand area. It has entered into like the swing low. So buys can happen. So you might want to continue with the uptrend. You can see the trend is upwards. So this is the only reversal trade I have my eyes on. You stand, but I have my rules. As long as it hasn't broken below this low, I think it's still valid for sales. You understand? But if it for any reason or the other comes into this area, I'm not willing to take that sell anymore. I'm just going to ignore the trade until it's set up. You understand? So EuroCAD long-term play from the daily, so it probably take weeks, it probably take months. Whatever it plays out, it plays out. But I'm just going to drop it here. You understand? So EuroCAD, then CAD, CHF has played out already. I've explained the trade to you guys. I don't have any trade on GBP/JPY. No trade. Just going to watch it out. It's an uptrend, obviously. So you definitely want to be looking for buys. You understand? You want to be looking for buys. You get on GBP/JPY. So whatever strategy you're using, you can use it to look for buys when if price gives you that retracement back inside this level. Use whatever strategy you want to use. So uptrend, obviously. So buys. Nothing concern you and sell here. Most JPY peers, you don't have any business with selling. You have business with buys. Then GBP/NZD2. Man, this one is quite tricky also. But we're going to look at it together. So GBP/NZD, I know where price is coming from. Price has been bullish, or it has been on an uptrend for a while. It has been on an uptrend. So definitely I'm looking for buys only on GBP/NZD. Now, we've made money from this trade. I think we've called it twice or so. Made money from this trade, made money multiple times from this buy. But I know price is directly from a demand level. Boom. So now again, it gave another setup last month. This was the only trade. This is another trade I didn't take. There are two setups I didn't take. This GBP/NZD. One was because I was expecting it to come back. I was wrong. I was expecting it to come back here to this low, to this area to buy, but it respected this low. You understand? It respected this zone. Then bought from there. Then also now again, it's giving the same playbook here again. You understand? It's giving the same playbook here. Again, the same thing. So you have the sweep. Then you also have a new higher high. You understand? And as long as price hasn't, for me, it's still valid. As long as price hasn't taken out this high. Okay, so I'm still going to be looking for buys until, because I understand direction. I understand like directional bias. I know where price is coming. The trend is in trade. You just need to know where price is coming from and where price is going to. Then in between that, you just begin to look for your system, begin to look for your strategy, and just be entering. As long as you print your strategy, just be taking that trade until it hits its overall targets. You understand? So that's just it. So right here, as long as it hasn't taken out that high, I want to keep on looking for buys. You understand? On this particular pair. Get it? So now we have the same buy setup here on GBP/NZD right here. The same thing that happened here, we have similar thing here. So, but right now, the structural liquidity hasn't formed very well. I want it to give a higher high, same thing. I want it has to be valid. This liquidity has to be valid. I want it to give that higher high here, or at least just give equal highs. You understand? Not this. I want it to do something like this. Then take it out, then buy. Unless it will become liquidity. You understand? So I want this structural liquidity to be valid before we take this trade. So this now too is also waiting for confirmation. This GBP/NZD. So once the structural liquidity is valid, we'll have our trade on this GBP/NZD. Then I think I screenshotted this too, but I don't have any trade on Euro USD. I don't have any trade on AED USD. AED USD has been bullish, by the way. So it just gave this one. We made money from it. We made money from this guy. There's a bit that cut it with me. We bought from here, made money. And look at the same thing I'm telling you guys about on GBP/NZD, what I was explaining. So let me explain for those of you that just joined us. So you can see this setup. When it started selling back to this demand level, you understand? Boom. When we call the buy, what did I tell you guys about our target is? Remember this line. You can see the same line, similar to what I just showed you on GBP/NZD. That what? You are waiting for price to take out what? This high. So you can still be looking for buys until it takes out that high, because that's the goal. As long as you can identify the trend, you start. Once it's an uptrend, the job for our uptrend is higher low, higher high. You start higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. You get it? So as long as price is still on that uptrend, I'm always expecting it to create a higher high. So when we took the buy from here, even though we didn't hold, assuming we held, look how many pips would have made. But you know, we held enough. I held enough. I tried. I held 100 pips. I tried. 100 pips are no small. I held 100 pips. I tried for 20 pips stop loss. I don't try. So we held 100 pips. Most of us who made money from this trade, then we exited right here. So it continued buying. I didn't enter the buy again because it didn't print my system. I didn't see my system. It didn't give me that buy again. I didn't see my system. So I didn't bother taking it. It didn't give me that buy, so I didn't take it. So but it continued, boom, 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 boom. So eventually it took out the high. Boom. So now it's taking out the high. What are you expecting? Automatically expect a retracement. That is how price works again. So retracement again. Why are you expecting the retracement to back again? Likely to this zone. You understand? So if you see your system again, you look for a trade around the demand zone again. You take again. Same thing, waiting for a new higher high. Just rinse and repeat, over and over again. You get it? So boy, anyway, AED, I'm expecting it to sell, to start printing some lower lows. You understand? I'm expecting it to start printing some lower lows. But if it doesn't break this low, it means it's going to continue buying. You understand? So, but there's no setup for me here on AED. There's no setup here, so I'm not going to call it. Euro AUD, I have a setup on Euro AUD. So Euro AUD, I have a setup here. So this is kind of like a swing setup. This is going to take much time to play out. Though I also have another one here, but this for me is kind of low probability. I will explain it. The only way I'll be willing to take the trade here is if this gives me that lower low, something like this. Then start retracing, then here will be valid. But otherwise, this structural liquidity is not yet valid for me. It's not yet valid. until I see it create that lower low. Then I can know that it's valid. Then this zone can be valid. But without that, I'm just going to keep my eyes only on this zone here, because this is where we have this now. This supplies took our previous high, and we also have liquidity here, boom, which has given us a lower low. So expect price to reverse, then of course we'll take another sell from that means. So this one is another swing setup, but might take weeks or months to play out. But regardless, I have this in my crosshairs, so I'm looking at this guy. Then what again do I have? Okay, I don't have anything on EURUSD. I don't have anything on CHF I have something on GBP card, but this GBP card very low probability, and I think it's why, because it's ranging, and I don't like ranging markets. It's going to become a ranging market, even though overall, like, the market is bullish overall. You understand? The market is bullish overall, but it's ranging, and I don't like ranging markets. You understand? I don't like ranging, especially if it's ranging from a higher time frame zone, which is probably where this guy is ranging from. Okay, it hasn't gotten there yet, child. I remember I marked this supply. Let me show you guys. It's kind of like in supply here. It hasn't gotten to this zone yet, child. So, but it's just ranging. So overall, it's bullish. Right? So overall, it's bullish, but it's giving a range. But inside that range, we have like a setup here, but which is not like a good probability. It's not a high probability setup for me though. It's very low probability, very low. Same thing. You had the sweep. You have the liquidity, and we made money from the GBP card twice. We made money from the GBP card twice last December. Twice. So it's the same thing that happened here. It's the same thing that is happening here. Same thing that happened here. It's same. If you look at it very well, it's the same thing that is printing here. Same thing. You understand? But this zone has been tested so many times, this area. So, and it's a raging market. But regardless, it's a setup in my system. Low probability trade. We are going to take it too once price get there. You understand? So, GBP card is another trade I'm looking out for. Then we have USDJPY. Now USDJPY, I only set an alert here, but very low probability. USDJPY, very low, but it's also a good trade coming from the 30 minutes, the lower time frame, the lower time frame. But also this liquidity, it hasn't created a higher high, low probability in this stuff. So it's not an A+ setup, low probability setup. But also, it's not something I'll be taking, to be honest. I told myself I'm not going to be doing what's the risk. This guy is not worth the risk. I'm not going to be doing what the risk. You end up losing your money. So I'm not going to end up taking this. I'm just going to set an alert there for future sake. But I'm explaining the trade to you. Overall, the market is bullish overall. You guys can see the market is bullish overall. Some of you probably we even made money from this USDJPY. I think so. From this particular buy. This buy from here. This one was easy now. We analyzed it. So those of you that follow up probably made money from this particular buy. This USDJPY buy. Also, now again, we have something similar here, but this is coming from a lower time frame, number one, and also, like I said, this liquidity hasn't created a higher high, so low probability trade coming from a lower time frame, which is not my thing. My trade setup should come from like 1 hour to 1 hour list. Let's say my trade setup should come from 1 hour list. So this is not what the risk. I don't like to take trades from 30 minutes. Then AUDJPY too. I have no setup. I don't have a setup for AED because it has given a higher high, so we're expecting a retracement. Except it gets back inside here, fine and good. So we're expecting a retracement. I don't have a setup on this. CAD JPY itself, I have a setup, good setup here on CAD JPY, very good setup. So CAD JPY, you have this is a high probability trade coming from the higher time frame. You have this swing low. You have this low that created this higher high. So you have your order block there. You also have imbalance there. You have your liquidity. You have this one take out the previous low. Everything just makes sense here. So CAD JPY is a trade that I'm looking to take. So this one, CAD JPY, and I think also Euro JPY too. Well, CAD JPY, BTC high probability setup. GBP USD, well, low probability, but CAD JPY BTC high probability. BTC GBP USD JPY low probability. AED USD, I've been had this setup, but I'm not going to take it anymore. You understand? So it's invalid now. I had this setup during December, but it's invalid. It's price has hit the high, so it's just waiting for it to take out that high. So it's invalid for now. So I'm no longer going. Let me even delete this. It's invalid. No setup on GBP AED. No setup on GBP CHF. Then Euro JPY, I have another setup on Euro JPY. Similar to CAD JPY too. Similar to CAD JPY. So we have this low, created the higher high. You have your liquidity here. You have to take out the previous set of lows. So everything just makes sense here. So just waiting for price to pull back inside here, then buy. So Euro JPY, CAD JPY, BTC USD, I kind of like my main focus for the week. Any other question? You guys have any other trades? Oh, we all good. Are we all good?
Yes.
So okay, let's go for news. Let's see what we have this week on fundamentals. Then Monday, we have Euro unemployment change, CHF news. Then we have CHF news and Euro news this Monday. Then you also have USD news. Then on Tuesday, public holiday for Euro. Public holiday. Then you have some news on Euro. That's all. Then on Wednesday, you have some news on AED. You have CPI for AED on Wednesday about 1:30. So if you trade in AED, you have news on AED. Then you have news on Euro too on Wednesday, CPI. Then I think that you also have like news on Wednesday on USD. You have news on Wednesday for USD news by 2:15 or by 4. Then on Thursday, you have AED news. Then we have unemployment rate for Euro. Then we have jobless claim. Then I think on Friday we have NFP. Then on Friday we have let's see, we have some news. I said it. We have NFP on Friday. I know we have NFP on Friday. So on Friday is like the most important day. Then we also have some like minor news during the week. But Friday we have NFP on Friday. So Friday is where we have a major volatility. So you want to be careful. You want to trade. Markets will be very slow this week. So to probably pick up after the NFP. You start trading will probably pick up properly after the NFP, probably next week. Trading will pick up properly. But this week we might have some sluggish move. But overall, just be patient and be active. So any trade I'm taking, I'll definitely let you guys know when they play out. And also I'll paste the link for my YouTube so you guys can subscribe.